The week 13 quests are here, and I'm going to be showing you the most efficient and easiest way to get them all completed. My name is Onyi. If you could use my code ONY in the Fortnite item store, I'd greatly appreciate it. It goes a long way supporting a small creator like myself. And if this video helps you out in any form or you enjoy it at any point today, make sure you leave it with a like rating and subscribe down below. I'm going to be showing you how to complete these all in Battle Labs today because it's the easiest way to show you the best multiple paths to complete these challenges, because there's always more than one best way. Starting off with number 1, refuel a vehicle at 3 different gas stations in the same match. Now, keyword a vehicle, not the same vehicle, so you can use different vehicles for this. If we're looking at our drop maps, which will be linked in the description, and you turn on your gas station toggle here, you'll be able to see all the gas station locations. Now, I recommend the gas station on the side of Lazy Lagoon. If you land at this one and you refuel a vehicle that is here, then you'll be able to rotate all the way to the rifts here. Once you take one of these rifts, you'll get pretty close to Sleepy Sound. You can take a car that's on the road here or walk the rest in, refuel a vehicle here, and then once you're at Sleepy Sound, you can take a vehicle, and then depending where zone is, rotate all the way to Coney Crossroads and refuel a vehicle there, or rotate all the way to the back of Logjam Lotus. Now, this one's a pretty safe route, very unlikely you'll run into people. Might be a few people at Sleepy Sound, but other than that, you should be right. The other best way, which will be the most contested as these challenges just dropped, will be landing at Chonkers Speedway. If you land at Chonkers Speedway, at the very start line, you can get one of the Whiplash cars or the supercars with Chonkers tires from the starting line here. Now, do note on the drop maps that not all gas stations count as gas stations. Just because you can refuel your car here, it doesn't count as a gas station. It's just a place where you can get fuel. Where you want to go is to places that are like petrol stations. So once you get your vehicle here, you can get a bit of loot as well. I recommend looting up properly beforehand for this challenge, because then you'll have a better chance at survival. Because if you get shot at and your car blows up, then you'll have another chance to go eliminate that person, and then you can go get another vehicle somewhere else and fill that up. Get your Whiplash from here, rotate all the way to Synapse Station, refuel your vehicle there. From Synapse Station, you can then go to Greasy Grove, refuel your vehicle there. And then you have the choice of either Reality Falls, Tilted Towers, and if you want to go that extra distance, you can go all the way to the gas station next to Shuffled Shrines, but I don't really recommend it. Now, Chonkers Speedway has a few other great rotations. You can go from Chonkers to Condo Canyon, then the Joneses, then to the gas station, or you can go Chonkers to Condo Canyon, then the gas station, then Tilted. Now, unfortunately, I've already completed the quest, but this quest may be bugged when it first rolls out. If this quest is bugged when it first rolls out, these other gas stations that just are the fuel tanks, not an actual station, might count for the challenge. So try it out. If it works, it could save you doing the additional trip. If you land at Chonkers, you can just go Chonkers, Synapse, Greasy. Might not work, however. These, in my opinion, are the best paths to take in order to complete this challenge, as you have faster rotations than anywhere else on the map, and also you pretty much have a guaranteed spawn of getting one done, or at least getting a fast vehicle off the rip. You can also stop and get grapplers when going from that first gas station near Lazy Lagoon, so if you do get shot at or attacked on the way to the rift or in between the other gas stations, you can quickly get away and get to the next gas station to refuel a vehicle there. You can then also use your grappler to rotate faster if you're finding that the car is taking too long. Pro tip, you can actually slide in between shots for a few seconds. So if you're not as close to a tree as you want to be, you actually have a few seconds to launch yourself back in the air. Next challenge is to emote for 5 seconds in Cuddle Team Leader's head. Now, I did this one right off the bus spawn, and I do believe this one is easiest to do right off the bus spawn, especially if the bus line doesn't go over the top of Rave Cave, but this is a pretty contested drop. So for the most part, a few people probably will be landing here. I believe the easiest way to do this is to land on the tracks or up this top section. Now, a gun might spawn here, so you might get contested. But if you land at the backside here on the tracks, this counts as being inside of the head, and then you just need to emote. I recommend using a traversal emote while doing this. Then it's going to be harder for people to hit you while you're emoting for 5 seconds, preferably something with like a lot of movement, because at least you'll be using some form of evasive maneuvers while someone is trying to hit a shot on you, and you won't just be standing still out in the open doing a general emote or just sitting down. I recommend, if you're going to be playing the game normally, to land on this side here where the free slope chests are. Sometimes you get a chest spawn. If you do get a chest spawn, you will get mats. With those mats, you can then break these barrels for an instant 30 shield. And if you're not playing Battle Labs like me, a toilet spawns here. If you take this toilet, it will take you to the bottom section of Rave Cave. This leads you down here. Then you can get a bunch of mats on this side if you're playing build mode, or a bunch of weapons and stuff if you're playing zero build mode. You can then travel back up the head and then complete your emote once you're kitted, so you can box up, or then you can fight people and then emote in peace. The next challenge is duel a character and defeat them. Characters in Fortnite are the NPCs you talk to. Now, not all NPCs you can duel and fight. So at the start of this challenge rolling out, it's going to be very hard to do. You're going to get very highly contested. But as the week goes on, it should be less and less. And I do believe this will be easiest off spawn. Now you don't want to land on them off spawn, you want to have some shield and some guns so you can beat them in the fight. And these two NPCs that you can fight, as I'm going to show you in the drop maps, which you will be able to find in the description and turn on, are Sabrina and Mancake. Now Mancake, as we know, is at Rocky Reels over here. And then also Sabina. Sabina spawns near the house at the very top of the map. Mancake's is going to be more contested than the other ones. Remember, you can't just shoot at them right away. You have to start the duel. So first things first, you want to wipe everyone out in Rocky Reels. Otherwise, this challenge is going to be a lot harder than you anticipate. Get yourself some shield if you can. What is going on over here? So approach Mancake and then press start duel, and it will push you back. Now, Mancake's going to be pretty decent at this, but if you hit all headshots, it shouldn't be too hard. Or if you have like a good shotgun, for example. What I've always found while fighting bots, the best approach is to use natural cover. Now, if you place down builds, they're just going to push you right away and they're just going to pickaxe those builds. So it's a lot easier if you just go on top of some natural builds or you crouch behind them, because then it's less likely for them to push you. And there you go, Mancake duel complete. Remember, same circumstances for every NPC that you want to be dueling. So if you want to build up some walls, you can. Sabina actually drops some decent stuff, so not the worst one to do. Grenades are great because NPCs can't always avoid them. And because Sabina uses a shotgun, you can get that long range or that medium range, and she shouldn't be able to hit you too well. Do note, if you click your challenges at any point and they involve having to go somewhere on the map, it will actually show you where that location is, and you can ping it before you get into a game, and once you load into a game, it will show you that place on the map. Next one is use a junk grip at Ravine or rocket Wreckage. Now Ravine is going to be a lot more populated area because people know where this spot is on map, but no one knows where rocket Wreckage is. The hardest part of this challenge is going to be finding yourself a junk grip. Now there is a percentage chance you might get one landing in the ravine if you get very lucky, but I recommend landing at Rave Cave or, for example, at Logjam Lotus, getting yourself some loot, some shield, and then rotating in looking for a junk grip. And this is the location of rocket Wreckage. Next challenge is deal SMG damage to opponents 5 seconds after sprinting. Now note, it says opponents, not players. This means if an NPC attacks you, like Darth Vader or Stormtroopers, you can do your 250 damage to them, but also it counts for wolves. So if we have a look at our drop maps here and we turn on wolves in the sidebar, it will show you where all the wolves spawn. Remember, this is a percentage chance of them spawning. They don't always spawn, but a lot more likely for them to spawn around here, and are very likely for them to spawn around Lazy Lagoon. I normally land at Sunny Steps when I'm looking for wolves, and then I hunt around this area or drive around this area or get a grappler, and I typically always find them. Make sure your SMG is reloaded, hit your sprint button, and then just start shooting right after you come out of the sprint. Now, because wolves have 250 HP, if you kill wolf only with your SMG 5 seconds after sprinting, this will count and the challenge will be completed right away. Next challenge is slide 50 meters continuously. Now, the easiest way to tell if you're going to be able to do this challenge is ping your marker. I recommend having your ping to a really easy button in game to always hit. A lot of people are going to be telling you to do this challenge at the top of Lazy Lagoon. Yes, this will be the easiest location to do this, even on the left side of Rave Cave, but you can do this pretty much anywhere where there's a decent hill. Just mark your marker. As long as you got 50 meters, just hit your slide. Don't let go of it, and if you have a big enough angle, you're not going to stop sliding before you reach the end of your slide. Throw a boogie bomb at an IO outpost. All these IO outposts are broken. It's not the ones on the mountains. Those are the 7 locations. You want to go to these old little outpost locations. There's one in the middle of the snow right here, which we're going to be going to, and I do know there is another one over here right next to the Joneses that is broken. Round about here of this blue marker. It says throw a boogie bomb. You do not have to hit anyone with it, so I recommend going directly to the outpost and throwing it at your feet to minimize the challenge not counting. Say, for example, if you're a little bit too far away from the location or you throw the boogie bomb too far away, a lot of instances these challenges have bugged in the past and not actually counted. So I'm going to throw one at my feet and then I'm going to get attacked by wolves and die. I really wish they made the wolves dance. Anyway, if this video has helped you out in any form, make sure you leave it with a like rating and subscribe down below. Please use code ONI in the Fortnite item store. Do note, I make a percentage from every single time my code is used, rather than Epic getting all the money. Support a small creator, why not? Trying to hit 10,000 subs maybe by the end of the year. And also, I'm going to be starting live streaming soon, so turn notifications on to stay tuned for that, and let me know what you guys want for memberships. I've got a community post up.